Take me out to left field. Give me a shot of Fireball. Give me some high fives from Mark Pena and a hug from Jeff Cross as we stand on top of the tables. Hearing the horns, that's a blast. For it's 1, 2, 3 shots from the cannon with the ladies of left field.
Hey y'all, here we are with the ladies of left field. It is game time. Here we go. Now, you may start hearing some different voices that we introduce and we bring on to the ladies of left field. But today we have Jordan Canon and we have Katie Pena and we have Kasey Reed. And today we have Shelly Gravy. And so I just want to thank all of you for joining us. And I want to thank all 3 of you. Shelly and I were not able to go, but you guys represented. Last time we all met, we were talking about all of our favorite things and everything we loved about sports. But today we are talking about some real things in real time. So I want to know, this last weekend, you guys went to the Arlington game and the series, and I want to know everything about it. I couldn't go. I was over in Rockport. What happened over in Arlington?
So we took 2 out of 3. And Friday night we lost by 1 run in extra innings. So we definitely we looked good on Friday, but just couldn't get that clutch hit towards the end. We jumped out to the early lead. Then they came back at the end, and then we took the lead again. And but then they got the hit they needed. But our pitching was really strong. The starting pitching, Jared Spencer? And then
he was adorable with his long blonde hair.
Yeah, he's got long curly hair. So
I had never seen him before either, and so I was like, "Who in the world is that?"
We definitely have a new look on our Longhorn baseball team. We've got long hair. We've got mustaches. We look like big boys.
Yeah, fun to see.
The next Saturday, we came out just ready to go, hitting the ball, run rolled, Ole Miss, which was awesome, and all kinds of fun. Luke Harrison had an excellent game, great comeback, and then Sunday night, again, bats got going, and then lots and lots of pitchers came in, which was good, So lots of excitement too. Mike said he got it also watching the team and being super excited about this whole hand clapping bit they're all doing. I guess to get the third, to get that third out. I don't know if it's the final out or if it's just to get that last out of an inning. But then, we're all doing it in the stands. And so, I just feel like there's a lot of good excitement going on with them.
Texas played Louisville on Friday, and then Ole Miss on Saturday, and then on Sunday we played Oklahoma State.
Yes.
And so with Texas and Louisville, we lost.
Yes.
Right? And then Ole Miss versus Texas, we won, and then Oklahoma State versus Texas, we won.
We won. Yes.
And so, what were the highlights of the different games? What did you think were some things that you think our players and our fans are excited about that you saw on the field? Because you guys got to go and you got to see it in real life and IRL, as Shelly likes to call it.
Friday night game, I think Max Blue came out as our amazing hitter, which we all expected. He was definitely the standout hitter, I feel like, on Friday night. And PJ picked his walk-up song to start.
Yeah.
So a little Dua Lipa. Him and his mom and I were singing Dua Lipa Levitating on the regular. She loved it.
I love it.
Diane, she was loving it. And our pitching, like Kasey said, I think Spencer is a new kid on our team, and he was really, looked great. In all honesty, he looks so good. So it was a tough loss, but we also, sometimes you feel like it's a good loss. I think it hyped up our team. I think it let them know, Schloss's competitiveness and priorities, because you saw how pissed off Coach Jimmy was after that loss. They really came back with some crazy offense, on Saturday and Sunday. It was a new thing to me that in the SEC, you can 10-run rule a team any day. Like, that is wild.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not just on Sundays, any game in the SEC.
10-run rule. Oh my gosh, bring it back old school. Let's do this. I've never heard of that.
So
back in the day.
We had a hit and a run scored, and next thing you know, our team ran out of the dugout. It was like, it's over.
I was like, what? Because I was
10-run rule. 10-run rule. Is that? I know they do that in like little leagues. No,
it's usually been 10 after 7 on what they call a getaway day.
The getaway
Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the coaches agree to it, I believe in non-conference. So like on a Tuesday night game, if the coaches had agreed, okay, it's 10 after 7, then they call it.
Back in the day, it was a 10-run rule, and it was phenomenal. Bring it back. I love it. Okay, so then that was the first night.
Ruger, Riojas, he came in and in relief, and I think he's supposed to be one of our key stoppers or closers, and he did a great job. I just felt like he probably had to come in one inning too soon. I mean, they couldn't leave him in. He pitched his 3 innings, and obviously they're watching pitch counts and what they want to do right now early on. They don't want to just screw somebody up and everything. But he looked really good, really, really good.
Oh, good. So do you feel like our pitching game is looking fairly? I know it's so early, but are you feeling like we have a little bit of depth? A little bit of depth?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I just felt good even about starting pitching, because that was something we talked about last week, was big question marks. And I was happy to see Luke Harrison go out and have a good outing. Wanted that for him, so that was awesome.
Yeah, I think Mark even saw his mom like up in the stands crying.
Oh.
He had a major injury, and they didn't know if he'd ever play baseball again, and like how he'd look really when he came back. And so this was a big start for him, and so people were thrilled, which is cool.
Oh, well, I love that those parents. I mean, guys, the dedication that these parents give to their families, and everybody knows about baseball. It's never ending. They just give and give and give. So those parents have given their whole lives to this, to see their kids on that mound for UT baseball. That is a big deal. All right. So then we played Louisville and Ole Miss. And then what happened with Ole Miss? What did y'all think about the Ole Miss game?
It's just great.
Hotty toddy.
Not so hotty toddy.
Naughty.
It was kind of built up. I think that the crowd got a lot bigger, like Texas Live, which is right next door, the big sports bar that's like wild and 2 floors of TVs, was packed, and it was a lot of Ole Miss fans there. And so I think like the crowd was a lot more hype, and just to go out and beat them by 10 runs when was that game over, y'all? Like in the 7th or something?
Yeah, it was at the 7th.
I mean, that's wild, to beat them 10-0. Yeah, in the 7th inning was when it was over. So
because then they came out the next day too, and I mean, I think they scored double-digit runs the next day against Clemson. So like, it's not like you played well against bums either.
Right.
Well, that's what I always notice about baseball. It's like sometimes it hits and sometimes it doesn't. Like, you can show up for that day and you are killing it, and then other days you cannot. And then if they beat us the next game series, they might lose. That's the thing I love about baseball. It's like you
sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
That's true. All right, and then on Sunday, who stayed for the Sunday series? Raise your hand if you stayed for the Sunday series.
Jordan.
Yeah,
it was.
Jordan.
Yeah, I was the only one there, but it was a lot of runs, a lot of pitchers. I was just playing it up.
That was Oklahoma State versus Texas.
Right.
Yes.
So it's always fun to beat Oklahoma State. Like that was
I know. I know.
But it wasn't OSU ranked high.
yeah.
Yeah.
I believe like
we were like back to back.
17 and 19. But yeah, we didn't really get, I mean, Oklahoma State started scoring some runs late, but still nothing. It felt pretty dominant Texas. I won't say pretty. It felt dominant Texas the whole time. Adrian Rodriguez, A-Rod, the freshman,
Was freshman.
co-freshman of the week.
Will Gasparino also had a great weekend too. I mean, he hit what 2 or 3 home runs.
Yeah, he
Max had a hell of a weekend. Yeah.
I would say Max had, I guess, 2 home runs, 5 RBI, 16 total bases.
Jordan, what happened in the 5th? Because I wasn't yet home, but that's like every single, we got whatever, like 8 runs.
It was
in the
just
5th, but
yeah.
it was like they were almost all unearned. Like that.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Well, they had errors that kept the inning going, and then if we just kept going.
Yeah, because it was 3, 4, 5, 6 unearned runs back to back to back.
The guy dropped the ball. The guy couldn't find the ball in right field. Like it was hit over his head, and the way he was running to catch it, he was out of position to catch it. And then I want to say that next guy threw the ball. The shortstop threw the ball into the dugout.
Oh,
and then it was like we just kept getting hits and everything just. I mean, so it was like we were scoring all those runs with 2 outs.
Everyone loves a 2-out knock.
Yeah, you do. Yep. Especially when you have it, when it just keeps going.
I'm so glad you guys went, and I couldn't go, but I was so like excited to see so many Longhorn fans out there and just hanging out, having a great time. So I'm looking at the different coaches of the people we played. So we have Dan McDonald from Louisville. We have Josh Holiday. We have our own coach who I'm just like, oh my gosh, these coaches are the real deal. Like, I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think like, do we even see these places again? Do we play any of these?
No.
Teams?
We'll play
Ole Miss?
Play Ole Miss this year.
We would only maybe see Ole Miss like
in the SEC tournament.
But I mean, that's another one. Mike Bianco's been there for forever. Won at least one national championship there. So
Yeah. So let's just make some predictions. Where do you think we're going to land with our teams? I like to do early predictions, and I know people don't, but I feel like we are pretty hungry for big changes this year, and I think our players seem very hungry, and I don't know. I mean, I don't mean like, are we going to win the College World Series? I just think, do you think we're going to land pretty evenly within our like how we did baseball? I mean, football, I could not believe how far we advanced within the SEC so early on. There's got to be a hunger within our baseball team to get that far, as far as we can. I'm just excited about it. And it sounds like, I think we're going to do pretty well from what
the SEC is a gauntlet though. Like, for as good as they look, I just pulled up the D1 baseball put out their new top 25. You still have A&M number 1, LSU number 3, Tennessee 4, Arkansas 5, Georgia 8, Florida 10. Like, it's still just going to be Vandy 15 or 16.
And we play 4 of those teams.
Yeah. Mississippi State's 18, like, still up there. So,
yeah.
I think SEC is just going to be tough. Like, that is no knock on this weekend. I think they look great, and I will be so pleasantly surprised if we come out in the top of the conference at the end of the season. I like to temper my expectations a little bit so I don't get too high or too low.
So where are your expectations, Jordan? Like, where do you see it?
Middle of the pack.
Middle of the pack.
Middle of the pack.
Kasey, where are you feeling?
Well, right now I'm feeling, more towards the top. But again, that's just the excitement of this past weekend.
And Kasey is always, we are number 1.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'm always going to think we're going to win every game. like
Yeah.
going into the game itself.
Of course.
But I also
I'm like, who predicted the Aggies is number one? I want to like.
Well, when you get most
they have their own
players
impact
back,
very much.
yeah.
But they have a different coach altogether.
For their coach.
Hey,
But he was already there. So.
I know.
I'm going top third of the SEC. I'm also gonna say I think it really depends on how healthy we stay.
Yes.
That's a very, very good point. Very good.
is this the year you reserve your hotel at the National? Like, are you going to Omaha? Are you
I think
buying?
that's always just done because Cross does it for every single series.
Exactly. Of course.
I actually think it's
This is pro
just
tip
go.
for the others.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just fun. But pro tips, the pro tips. Are you reserving a hotel?
Cross reserves a hotel. I've looked at Airbnbs because that would be so fun to have a pool and have like a big group of us in a house, in like an awesome, big house.
Yeah.
I will say last time I looked, there wasn't really anything good close to Omaha. I do think they're right close to that stadium. I think it's important to be close, and also for those folks who like to go to the casinos at times, it's nice to be close to those because they're fun. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep looking.
I don't do that. The year I did it, we lost. So I'm out on doing that ahead of time.
That's
what we talked about.
If I go, I usually go for work, so I haven't really had to. But I would be, Kasey, I'd absolutely be on that wavelength. That would be my luck. I would get ahead and book a hotel, and then Texas doesn't make it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I can't go anyway. I think I've already committed to my dog, Tammy, having them here. So it's just a little bit too much moolah for me to pass up. It's just one of those things where I'm like, oh, I'm sure we'll make it because I am already committed, knowing that I can't go.
So that is the charm. Is Kasey's book. So we're going to win Omaha.
Probably. Yeah, probably so.
So that would be the June 13th is the first game of the College World Series. So I would like it.
If we get to Omaha, we need to win a game or two or three or four.
Please.
Not go 0-2. That's over.
Yes. For sure.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
it's the worst.
so just, I want to give some game pointers for people who don't normally listen to sports, but you'll hear things like 0-2, 1-3, 2-1. What does that mean? Is it like losses to wins, wins to losses? Who would like to answer that question? What does it mean when they say 0-1, 0-3, 2-4?
Well,
What does that mean?
I can answer that. It's your win-loss record. So your wins, you say your wins first, your losses second. And also, if you're referring to a pitcher, like a pitch count, it's balls first, strikes second. So if you say like a pitcher or a batter, if there's a 3-1 count, it's 3 balls, 1 strike.
Awesome. Okay. Also, I want to ask you, when you look at a batter's like batting record, so how do they know, like when they say they're like 0 point whatever, how do they know what that batting record means?
You'd say their stats.
Their stats.
Their stats, not their record.
Okay. Batting stats.
Is if they're batting 300, that's their average.
Yeah, their average.
So that's
And what would that even mean? What's an average?
That's based on how many times they've gotten a hit, as opposed to having tied into how many times they've been at bat. So if you're batting 300 after one game, you got 1 hit and you had 3 at bats.
Jody, it's just like grading papers. It's just like grading papers.
Yeah.
So you can get 100% if you hit every ball that's thrown at you, right?
Yeah.
And it has to count as a hit. It has to go, hit the ground or whatever, not just like contact. That if you make contact and they catch it, it's still an out, and that does not.
Yeah, it's out. You have to get on base.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would be a good batting average when you see it on the big screen? Is it like would you say 288 is a good batting record, or would you say like 322 or 281 is a good batting record? Or are there some that you're just like, that's a bad batting record?
I think to me, anything over 3 is you're doing good. I mean, if you're in the high 300s and 400 and above, you are knocking the ball out of, you're hitting the ball a lot in baseball terms. But if you're 250 and under, you're struggling. So your pitcher is gonna want, it's gonna be a kind of you want to get anybody out like that. I mean, you want to get everybody out, but I mean, if they're batting like 250 and below, don't get them out. You feel like you've like kind of lost an out, at least in my opinion.
I mean, it's early, Jody, but like right now, Max Blue, our best hitter, is like hitting 571, which is
what?
Yeah, insane. Yeah, insane.
And then Adrian Rodriguez, A-Rod, new to the team this year, is hitting 429.
What?
That's awesome. Yeah. And then Will Gasparino is hitting 357, which is great.
Yeah.
So our offense,
That's so insane.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot better than last year.
Okay, from the beginning, like we're looking really good. Okay, that has always been something like I always knew that 300 and above was like really good.
Yeah, that's a solid batting average. Anything 300 and above.
Well, and a little fun fact for any of the ladies that are listening, just trying to pick up some fun jargon. If you hear anyone say that the batter is hitting below the Mendoza line, that's really bad, and that's less than 200. So you want to slide that into your conversation to try and impress somebody. Batting below 200 is below the Mendoza line.
If you want to slide into somebody's DM,
You're single and ready to mingle, and you want to do it on the sports talk.
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mendoza line is below 200 on the hitting, and then anything above a 300 is actually like that's stellar.
It's not above, right at 300 is not stellar. Around 300 is good and what you would expect.
So that's
It's kind of-
average.
Yeah. At least it's in my opinion.
It's what you would expect from a college ball player. Most of us we're way below 200.
What?
But,
Just hit me.
Yeah.
Hit me with the ball. I'll be more
just
helpful
like,
to the team
Yeah.
now.
I'm gonna lean in. I'm gonna lean in for a walk, 100%. But yeah, like 300 and above. Somebody with a 400 is like, hey
Really,
baller,
good.
hey baller.
Okay, I have another couple of educating us ladies that aren't in the left field or people that, I mean, I could watch a game and I pretty much know what's going on, but there are times when I'm like, I don't understand that. Why did they get in trouble for that? Or why is everybody getting excited about this? Tell me in your idea, what is a balk and how can you tell if it's a balk? Because there's times when I didn't know what's a balk.
Nobody knows what a balk is.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
And I don't think that we can really see it from left field, when it's happening, because it has to do with like the motion towards, either towards the plate. Wherever you are turning, you're supposed to throw the ball. So like if you make a motion to a base and then don't throw it, and don't make the motion to throw it. And then sometimes it has even can be like you've separated the ball from the glove. Right? I mean, they can be really nitpicky depending on who the umpire is.
I'm gonna put this in lady terms. It's when you have a fake Louis Vuitton.
I was gonna say I'm comparing like what folks know about a balk to what folks know about targeting in football.
Yes.
All right, so going back to Arlington, what did you feel like was the best plays of the field that you saw that you were just like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that happened on either side of the teams of the games?
I saw one. last on Sunday night. Sorry, getting my names confused. Jaden Flores stopped one and started a double play, and he kind of like tossed it on his knees, and it was like just bang bang. But it was like, you know, it was kind of a time of I think the game was still pretty tight, run score. We may have even been behind still, and so it was like a good momentum killer, you know, or building the momentum for us knocking them out. I thought that was a good defensive play.
Great.
I felt like just in general, we just looked pretty clean, except for the first game we had errors that I missed. They must have been when I'm out. I didn't.
Yeah,
That's
so we
why
had
I
a
was
couple of
just-
errors on Friday.
So I was just going to look.
I think A-Rod made an error. But I think the rest of the game or rest of the series or tournament was really clean. I don't know. I mean, besides that Jalen Flores play, I don't remember anything like super stellar. I just remember, I just think the whole play of Luke Harrison on Saturday was just phenomenal. So not to give up a run, you know, and just to have a start like that was pretty awesome.
There was one that, but when Duplantier came in though Sunday night too, and that ball got like shot up right back at him, and he caught it really quick, and then he turned around and tried to catch the guy at second. He didn't. The guy at second didn't run, but he almost got you know, he had his wits about him to like try to double up the guy. But the ball, I mean, came off the bat like a rocket, and he just, you know, was like,
Quick reflexes.
yeah, yeah, there you go.
And we were all cheering for Duplantier to like
Yeah,
get
they
in
were.
and to play well.
Yes, I was happy about that.
Were there any hits that like took it out of the park? Anything that y'all were just like, wow, these hitters look great?
Well, I think Gasparino was the first one to hit a home run on Friday, right? So that was
Yeah.
cool. It was like the first home run, you know, of the season was by him. I was going to say, I also think for a new player, like A-Rod didn't play super great on Friday, but I feel like he totally turned it around and killed it on Saturday and Sunday. So that's cool to see a young kid, new to the team, kind of struggle a little bit, you know, but then like come back and really recover.
And he got that home run on Friday night, like
Yeah,
his last
he did.
bat. So I think he
Yes.
kind of spurred him on, even though we didn't win. We took the lead with his solo home run, and then, you know, so he started to, you know, I think he probably started to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
The more he got up there and just getting the feel, because I mean, a lot of them were, I'm sure the freshmen or whatever were amped up. I mean, that's what happened or just guys that were new to playing at, you know, at this level. That's what happened on Sunday with our pitcher Bing. I think he was just too amped up in the first inning.
Bing bong.
Yeah.
We were cheering for that kid. You know, he was from
Yes.
West, Texas, where our buddy Rob Kroll is from.
Yeah, he knows the Krolls.
Yeah.
He knows the Krolls. The whole
Love
like
it.
live was like filled with all the folks from West. Yeah, and apparently some coach was like, "I know Rob Kroll. He was a good ball player. He was a good ball player."
Bobby.
Okay, so just off of the field for a bit, where did you guys stay when y'all were in Arlington?
So we stayed at like a little, you know, sweets place, like literally right behind Papacito's, like probably a mile or two down the road from Globe Life. And so that was super convenient and awesome. Yeah. Jordan, you stay with your dad?
I did. My dad lives in Grapevine, so I stayed with him. He was so nice. I was just going to Uber from Grapevine to Globe Life every day. And he was like, I don't have anything else going on. I'll just drop you off. So I had my own personal ride over there every day. It was great.
That's nice.
That was also fun. So my brother went to Ole Miss, and my brother's girlfriend went to Ole Miss. So on Saturday, my brother and his girlfriend and my dad and I all went to the game together, which was awesome. Except we ended up just like going up a level and talking with my brother's friends because Ole Miss was losing, and so they were not paying attention.
We had lunch. I mean, Saturday kind of, we went to lunch. We went into Dallas and went to Campese's like we do, and it was kind of a funny lunch to go into Campese's, which is also super dark, and I could not see in the dark at all. I was like wandering around in there with no night vision. Jody and John would have loved it, but I couldn't see. And but then it's weird to like get crab claws and toasted ravioli and pasta and pizza and red wine at noon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone still showed up at Texas Live after that. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I was impressed.
It was pretty amazing. I feel like we dominated that day.
Well, we didn't eat the rest of the day until we got to that Boomer Jacks, and then all we had was like fried pickles and queso.
Yeah, that was like our one big meal that covered our entire day.
I love it. So who were some of the people that were there for the series that you're just like, oh my gosh, that was so great? I know most of left.
All of us.
It's just nice to see everyone.
Any new fun parents? Any new?
Yeah, new parents.
They're super fun. I mean, I think, the Baloos are really fun. You guys know they met us that one day at the tavern. What was that for? Like a football game or something.
And
Gosh, where we
we had to the Vanderbilt game.
Not the Georgia game.
No, it was a Vanderbilt game.
And I remember Max
fine.
like telling Mark, he was like, "Oh my gosh," he was like, "You and your friends like can party better than my friends." And I was like, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing.
Sorry for partying.
Yeah.
I love it. So, Jordan, you have some things that you were thinking about, and that was women's hoops.
Oh, that was a fun element too, because on Sunday, Texas number 3 Texas played number 5 LSU. So we just met up early and we're watching. Texas was actually down going into the third quarter, came back and won it.
Yes.
So that was a lot of fun. Always love it when Texas can beat Kim Mulkey too.
I was gonna say, and if you think about women's basketball, you know about Kim Mulkey, who was the coach at Baylor and has been the coach at LSU, who has a big personality. She, so to beat Kim Mulkey is always a good thing.
Because that was a hump that Texas women's basketball couldn't get over when she was at Baylor. So that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched Scotty almost for a couple holes pull it off. Like,
Yeah.
he made it interesting at least. What else? There was also no one else cared except for me because I'm about to start producing lacrosse. The PLL and the WLL championships were this weekend, and Texas Live is giant, so there was like a lacrosse TV, so that was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And where's Texas
on driving home. So
Oh,
I'm trying to listen to it, we had it on my phone so Bar could watch it, and then all of a sudden, I'm getting the hang of all the names. And then, it sounded like, oh my gosh. And then finally I was like, are we coming back? Because they weren't really saying the score much, and then asked it, and then you could hear the crowd yell. And then, and all of a sudden Bar's like, no, we're going to win. It's over. It's over. Oh, jeez. So that was exciting.
Yeah. So good weekend overall for Texas sports. I actually saw, I think John Bianco, awesome Texas SID. I think they went like 11-1 maybe in all of competitions over the weekend or the whole week actually. Yeah. Between tennis played, basketball played, baseball played, softball played. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Kawan had 16 strikeouts in one of her outings this weekend.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, they played another 5 games.
Bravo.
Softball did.
Wow. Okay. What are your hopes for the Dartmouth series?
That we get to play it.
I know. The weather doesn't ruin it. We're having crazy weather, but I think this is our last stint of crazy weather. It's supposed to get to like, crazy wind factor of like 7 degrees on Thursday or something. So yeah, we're gearing up.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to go out there and drizzle and 30 degrees. That's not happening.
Well, what was hilarious was that day, since the Houston game got canceled, but some people were already out at the field.
Yeah.
Just standing out there in the cold, miserable, waiting for the game to start. I was like, no.
I missed a phone call from Tommy Harmon, the former assistant coach, and he left a message going, he goes, you better be out there cheering on your Longhorns in left field. And then I texted him back. I said, I'm a super fan, but I'm not a complete idiot.
Have you checked
Well,
your
I
weather
think-
app yet?
I think the thing about baseball versus football, you kind of expect like a lot of cold weather baseball, even though we do get cold weather at the beginning, you're not really used to it. And people sit a little further apart in baseball. So in football, you're kind of huddled together. And so you're ready for a little bit of cold weather. But even I am like too much of a wimp for it. But baseball, everybody's kind of separated into their little slots. So I get that. All right. I'm hoping we win this series. I do have some weird questions for you. Which commentator of sports do you wish you could muzzle? If there were any like football, baseball, basketball, which commentator do you wish you could put a muzzle on to get them to stop talking?
I have two. I'm going to go Stephen A. Smith.
Oh.
Not a fan. 2, Tom Brady. Not a fan. Tom Brady got better as the year progressed. I will give him that. But to start, he was not good. And I'll take a Tony Romo over a Tom Brady any day. So I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah. You said Stephen A. It made me think Skip Bayless.
Okay.
I could not hear him ever again, and I'd be okay.
Okay. And then, do you have any, Kasey?
Kasey.
Probably a lot. I mean, I can't like off the top of my head, but
You put some on mute.
they would be more college ones where they just don't seem like they know what they're talking about. And
Well, that's you're gonna run into. I don't know these people's names though, because I'll watch so many of these, streaming games or whatever when they have Jim Bob from the parking lot up there calling a game.
Yeah, I feel like there's some of those ones that and it's not as bad obviously this year because we were winning, and then they all love Sark. They want to kiss up to Sark, but we were having some years of not that is it that Charles John or that other guy Tim Brando, and then there was plenty farther back that I used to like just think like I just could not stand.
Yeah.
But they kind of whittled out of the thing. But I have lots of them that I like. I'm very good with voices, like in pinpointing voices and they're good. I like that one. Like I love Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. I like them.
Or I would say if you maybe jump in your next question, but like on the flip side, Craig Way also has one of the most like unique voices. Also,
Yeah,
He does.
It's always comforting or I'm always like thrown off if I turn on the Texas app to listen to some Texas game on the radio and it's not Craig Way, pretty much.
Yeah.
Why?
The only thing about Craig Way and believe me, I love him. He just gets so excited about the other team scoring just as much as our team scoring. So I get a little like, stop doing that.
I always think also, no matter how hard a ball is hit or not, when it comes off the bat, I think Craig Way thinks it's going to be a home run. It's like, you have no idea if this is like a ground out to second base or if it's legit about to go over the wall. So I love Craig Way too, but he just cracks me up about that.
Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also love to listen to Keith Moreland. Just because I think that man has like all the stories in life.
Oh,
and he had one year in Omaha where we did go to dinner with like him and Vinny and Swindell, maybe even Brooks. It's like a good steak dinner. And I mean, I could just have sat there for hours listening to Keith Moreland tell old school baseball stories.
And he's so knowledgeable. He knows all of the stats off the cuff. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I'm always impressed with people like that. Okay, my last question, and then if anybody has any other questions, which commentator of sports would be on your laminated list? Since I'm going to keep taking it back to that.
I never looked at.
Hey, Gronk did a pregame show. Gronk does the pregame show.
I had Tony Romo.
I'm gonna follow suit with Kasey and go Romo.
Tony's a good.
I think he's a smart football guy too. I find him fascinating to listen to because I think he knows every play. before it's going to happen, and he can give you lots of like amazing insight.
I
love
love
an answer also.
I don't know if this has ever happened, but Moose, if Moose has ever, Derek Johnson.
Yeah, yeah.
I love him. And he's a cowboy.
Yeah.
So there's that. Or Spike Owen, if he's ever done it.
I don't think he's been a commentator. He's been a coach.
Well,
Usually we also Ty Harrington hung out with us late into Saturday night.
I love Ty. I'm down.
Shelly's pulling out her cleat chasing. She's gonna put her cleats on and start chasing.
Bring my cleats back.
I tell you what I like about Tony Romo is he's very calm, and he just has a great voice for sports, and he does definitely explain the plays and like what's working, what's not working. So, and he gives players their props. He's not gonna like pull them down too much. So I like that about him a lot. Okay, ladies, this was so fun. Is there anything else we didn't cover? I put some other things, but I'll move that to the next time that we meet. Anything else that y'all want to discuss? This was super fun.
I think we covered it all for the weekend.
Right.
Big weekend.
All right. So, Katie, what's our closing line?
See y'all in left field.